DOD. Do you really think a homeless person can fight the DOD? Yeah, baby. Yeah. Well, they know you can't. It's another thing that emboldens them. You can't even fight the police in court. How the hell are you going to fight the DOD? Okay? These vile, wild whores got their shit propped up everywhere to protect their animal ass. Everywhere. All judicial processes. All police. Federal, state, and local. I'm going to Google them to gang stalking. Yeah, ain't nothing like an implant in the ear canal. Yeah, baby. Let's get into it now, since I'm in it. Oh, absolutely. I mean, you just would not believe how sick these... Oh, I'm sorry I keep repeating myself. The delivery system for this material was an injection into the ear canal. Ain't that nice? Yeah. This may be true in the patient's client case since she experienced a specific type of descriptive pain, which is continually the same for exposure to advanced nanomaterials. Burning glass needle. Okay? Absolutely. Oh, by the way... Oh, look at this. What do we got right here? Because I was massively gang stalked at U of M in Dearborn and Ann Arbor. I got to remember this page. Because you remember when I bought this book, I was suffering such horrific crimes, I had to just pack it and leave it at a wooded area. I've only scanned this book. So look at this right here. It's literally saying that she was experiencing headaches and other symptoms related to fluctuations of high and low amounts of some type of enzyme activity, which they can stimulate through these implants and anything interfacing with them. In 2010, the whatever it's called was observed, okay, on her left brain lobe by the University of Michigan Ann Arbor. That's extremely surprising to me, because I was gang stalked at U of M Ann Arbor campus, at U of M Ann Arbor Hospital, and at U of M Dearborn, Michigan campus. Like you would not believe. Like you would not believe. Every time I went there. Thousands of dates. I'm mainly referring to the Dearborn campus. But I also was massively gang stalked at the Ann Arbor campus when I went at Ann Arbor back in 2007 and 8. Oh, absolutely. Gang stalked up the wazooks. Oh, absolutely. Ear canal specimen conclusion. Oh, you just would not believe what they're doing to us. You literally just would not believe it. So I gotta let you go because I got stuff to do. So anyways, I wanted to expose this. They literally were targeting me as I was making this video. Why? Because they wanted me to talk about it. Well, I mean, look how mentally ill you are, Leslie. You're literally saying you're being targeted as you're making a video. Okay? Even though you got evidence in the video of the eyelens implants. Well, where's your doctor report that these eyelens implants are in you? That can be anything. That can be a health issue because you smoke. Bull fucking shit. Oh, really? How can a health issue from you smoking cause your iris and your pupil to turn turquoise when you shine a black UV light on it? The only thing that creates that is these eyelens implants. So, good fucking luck in that. And I say this because these wild, vile whores will try and make it look like that they got a normal appearing excuse to know you got videos online. They've already pulled it. Absolutely. SDPD. Absolutely. And I already know the Sheriff's Department, San Diego Sheriff's Department's involved in this. And I have seen online reports that the California Highway Patrol has been indicating this crime. I just don't care. I'm not living this way to where I gotta be afraid of showing evidence, okay, because of wild animals might say or do this, okay, and claim you're mentally ill because of it. Fuck all that. Absolutely. That ain't nothing but control. That's mental control by controlling you with fear based on the educated knowledge and or experience that you know concerning them and the things they're capable of. Fuck all that. Because that's allowing them to control your thinking process concerning how you should be able to healthily and normally respond to this crime. Completely reasonably. Do you really think that a health condition that you could come down with from smoking would create boil bumps on your eyes? And there's videos online that openly show it being stated that some of the tech that they're using to interface with implants will cause your eyes to boil. Deborah Tavares exposed that. Absolutely. So you got to remember, we're dealing with murdering whores, literal mass murderers, literally, no exaggeration. They are literally mass murderers. Okay? Listen to what I'm saying. They're literally mass murderers. They're also involved in rape, gang rape, human trafficking, and hundreds of crime motivations. So, What's one of the biggest things connected to gang stalking? They'll claim you're mentally ill, including for telling the truth. Because these same sick, vile animals know that when you go to the hospital, I never went to any hospital and said, I believe I'm implanted. What I do is go there and say, I got a pain in my head because I do. They then take a CAT scan. If they find calcium deposits, okay, which Scripps Mercy did twice, well, that book right there and the YouTube video and the snap screenshot I showed you, the islands implants, openly shows it state that what? Calcium deposits form around what? Implants. And where are these calcium deposits at on my brain? Right in the back of it, in an area that's dedicated to the occipital lobe, and the occipital lobe is dedicated to what? Visual processing. Okay? And remember the surgery scar I showed you that was just discovered? Right less than probably no more than a 32th of an inch right directly below my left occipital lobe. Okay? And I got a protruding bump coming out of the area now where the calcium deposit was found at through Scripps because they've been targeting me so bad to the left back base cranium that now it's protruding out. Okay? So, you got to remember something about these demonic animals. These same sick, vile, wild horrors. They know they're protected in court. They know they're protected through the police. They know they're protected through the medical health industry, which is why it's extremely hard for victims to get medical help and proof that they've been implanted and or intruded upon without the implants, like the direct energy weapons, because this crime is protected from top to bottom, A to Z, every angle in between. It's protected through the same criminal bitches who are doing this because of, well, it's reported it's protected by the intelligence agencies, NSA letters, the criminal use of the Patriot Act, the NDAA, FISA court abuse, and much more. Okay? Do you really believe the government's going to allow you to prove in court or through a hospital that they have sadistically, endlessly tortured you? Do you really believe it? Do you really believe that they're going to allow you to prove that the implants they put in you assisted in you being raped, assisted in you being sexually human trafficked by them? Do you really believe that they're going to allow this? They will do everything and anything at any and all times using anyone, any place. Anybody can be bought off to assist in a staged event against the victim so they can blame the victim for an event. And that fucking includes anywhere outside or inside the courthouse and all routes going to there from La Jolla and all routes coming back. Okay? Because I'm sick of these sick, vile animals being in my life. I'm sick of their whore ass being in my life. They had no permission to be in my life in any measure for 1 second. Yet they affect this crime upon me and my personal life and my finances daily, endlessly, with complete malice aforethought, criminal intent, and because they know that this crime is completely protected. Look, when a demonic vile animal knows that he can do anything he wants, all day long, every day, including in the worst ways, all day long, every day, even when you're sleeping, if he knows he can do it and walk away scot-free from every second of it, do you honestly believe he won't? Now, there's tens of thousands of victims online right now saying they're being sadistically, endlessly tortured every single day, non-stop. There's doctors and professors and scientists saying that's what's happening to victims. The United Nations has declared gang stalking victims as being extreme torture victims, including concerning electromagnetic weapons and nanotechnology. So do you honestly believe nothing's going on? Now, with this being said, the same sick, vile animals who created this program and forced it and affected upon the victim non-consensually, criminally, daily, endlessly, non-stop, do you honestly think that they did not know what they were going to do before they created the program and then implemented it? Do you honestly think they did not know that they would need to be protected before they started it? Well, of course they did, because they always knew what they were going to do to begin with. You can't fucking sit back and torture tens of thousands of people and then expect these people not to run for help and expect these people not to expose it. So therefore, then they always knew that they would have to prop up protective measures to cover their wild, vile, murder and whore ass. Okay? A burglar that breaks into a home is going to make sure he can do it and walk away scot-free. Do you honestly think these sick fucking vile whores didn't think ahead? Now, when you go to Google and you research at Google, hospitals, medical centers, medical clinics, even private doctors claiming victims are mentally ill, well, that's part of the program. If you can claim a victim is mentally ill, then you can discredit the truth the victim's telling. If you can claim the victim's got cancer because they smoked, okay, then you're not filing the true police medical report that they came down with cancer in their throat because there's either an implant in there or not, and they were hit with direct energy weapons to the throat. Okay? Because they're fucking making money off of treating the health maladies these demonic bitches affect remotely. Have medical insurance fraud schemes. That's fucking literally. Racketeering schemes. Medical insurance fraud racketeering schemes. They're making hundreds of millions of dollars off this crime every year, annually. So do you really think that they did not say to themselves, these victims are going to run for help, they're going to demand help, they're going to want help, so we're going to have to discredit them, and we're going to have to hide true test results and medical reports concerning what their bodies endured, and then claim that the health malady came down for another reason. Baby Case, you got gallbladder cancer because your dad had it and your grandma had it. Not because we put a stimulated responsive implant in your bladder and fried your bladder out with direct energy weapons and radiotelemetry. That's why you got bladder in your cancer. Because your dad had it and because your grandma had it. Not because we covertly put a stimulated responsive implant in your fucking bladder so we could use radiotelemetry to fry your bladder out. So you'll come down with cancer in your bladder. These are medical racketeering, human trafficking maggots. It's all they'll ever fucking be, in part. Okay, so know it and know the truth concerning it. Research what I state. And I do sincerely apologize for the strong language I use in this video. I'm a conservative Christian. I'm a practicing conservative Christian. But you ask yourself, how do you think you would feel if you were tortured every single fucking day? When you go out and about in the community, you're subject to vile, demonic, stupid, criminal, organized crime, organized stalking, gang stalking, community-based harassment every fucking day. Where you got to live in fear concerning you being arrested for camping, even though you were put in a situation by them to begin with. Okay? You've asked yourself, how do you think you would feel if you wake up every fucking day and your abdomen and your kidneys and your livers are being literally fried alive, and the extreme pain that comes from it? Which, by the way, that makes you immobile, so you're a sitting duck, so they can continue to do it to keep you immobile, so they can control you to control your schedule, so you're not out there engaging in activism on the street corner holding up a big black and white sign exposing their whole ass. Because they know they're censoring you through cell phone hacking, computer hacking, email account hacking, rerouting phone calls to lawyers, faking email replies from people that you try and contact, deleting your emails before they get there. They know, and going after your physical mail. So they know they're censoring you to keep you isolated. But try stopping you standing on a corner holding up a big black and white sign for everyday people to see. Okay, the only way they can stop that is to get a hold of you. Now, would they try and get a hold of you by sending you a jury summons? Supposedly through random selection through DMV, a place I got fucking audio evidence of being gang stalked at. That same audio evidence, which is verbal harassment, was caught in a courthouse in prior years. Remember the trigger words I was showing you from that fucking, from that diagram I showed you when I brought my other phone up? Trigger words connected to ear implants. What are they saying along all my routes? Caught on 8,900 audio files. Gang stalk, suck dick, and oh my god. That was caught in both visits to the DMV, okay, in 2012, and then again in 2021. And it was caught in the courthouse, okay, on many dates in between those years. Okay? And where did I get the jury summons from? DMV. Where are they telling me I gotta go? To San Diego Courthouse. So, in closing, go to Google and type in a Google and or YouTube search box. I do both. Go to Google and type in M as in Mary, MTS, Gang Stalk, Oh My God, Suck My DICK. That's a playlist, 1 of 40 that's online right now. There's hundreds of videos in there showing people being propped up around me on MTS buses, UCSD, SDSU, social services, Arby's, Ralph's, Starbucks, Vons, repeating gang stalk, oh my god, and suck dick. Not necessarily in that order, but different people saying each word. One person says, oh my God, the other one will say suck dick, then the other one will say gang stalk. One person will say gang stalk, the other one will say oh my God, then one will say suck dick, including the one that's about 39 or 49 seconds long from UCSD, which I think is the third or fourth video in that playlist. It literally shows me arriving at UCSD Civic Center, okay, and there's literally people already there saying it as I'm arriving. And if you watch that video very closely, you're going to see my bicycle handlebars are facing that building. You'll see the Civic Center, Civic Center sign on the building. Now, why would my bicycle handlebars be facing the building if I wasn't arriving? Okay? And then you hear me in the video say, let's see if you hear gang stalking. That's me talking to my tape recorder. Okay? Absolutely. You're going to hear, as soon as you start that video, you'll hear a girl say, suck dick. Okay, and then you'll hear this shit repeated. So you got to listen very closely to it. You got to listen very closely for it at all the other evidence videos that are in that YouTube channel, which YouTube playlist, which is one of at least 40. I got 8,900 audio files of this sick, vile, identical shit. It was just caught yesterday again at Phil's. Okay, every single place I went, and it's been caught at 90% of all places I've lived. It was said this morning by assholes going and buying bicycles here. Okay, so, you know, what we can do is we can say, why would they do that? Well, that's connected to what? Auditory entrainment. Okay, and why would they be repeating identical words and phrases along my routes while I got laser surgery scars behind my ears? And remember the pictorial attachment I just showed you. Trigger words are connected to what? Fucking ear implants. I got emails in my blog showing being made in Michigan back in 2008, showing me state that they're repeating oh my God and other stuff. That shit's been caught out here. Because they gotta repeat the same harassment, because the phonetic frequency and decibel output of the words themselves is what's traveling on the ultrasound wave, and that's what creates the auditory entrainment. Absolutely. So I'm gonna literally do one more thing before I let you go, and let's see if this video suddenly segues into a second video. Because that's what sometimes these microcards do when I put them in the phone. I just turned that other phone back on. And I'm going to bring in my ultrasound app, and it's going to show you. Now, that particular phone don't have an infrasound app put on it yet. The one I'm making this video through does. I just downloaded it to my phone on the 24th of July. So, 10 days ago. Okay? Hold on. And it's picking up mass. I just used it yesterday. It's showing massive infrasound readouts. Alright, so check this shit out. Let me put my eyes back on. And I honestly do apologize for the swearing, because I'm going to tell you something. This is one of the main videos I did most of my swearing in. And I've made thousands of Periscope videos, thousands of YouTube videos. I'd say you're only going to hear me swearing like this in maybe, at the very most, 6 or 7 videos out of all those thousands. This is one of the videos that I swore the most in. No exaggeration. Okay? I was in such bad pain yesterday from being targeted all day yesterday in Phil's to the abdomen. Okay, and they were sabotaging my work in order to keep me there longer. Oh, absolutely, so the targeting could continue. They recently made one of my 2 computer cords inoperable, okay, which I use to charge my chargers. They know that through the Islands implants. So if they make a computer cord defective, that means you got to stay there longer, because one computer cord's got to charge the first computer, and then you got to unplug it to charge it into the other one to charge it. That takes 2 hours to charge it. That keeps you at Phil's longer, so they can target you longer. Don't think these cocksuckers don't know what they're doing, and I sincerely apologize for saying that. Oh, absolutely. So let's go back again one more time for you to take this picture. This is a picture that used to be on UnitedTargetedIndividualsEurope.com back in 2009 and 10. Okay? They took it off their website, UnitedTargetedIndividualsEurope.com. Okay? They took it off, but some of the text that's on this, okay, is still there. They put a new picture on it. Okay? But this used to be on it. That's how I got it. So I'm going to try and zoom in on this so you can clearly see it, so you can take a snap screenshot and bring it up. Trigger words. Trigger words are connected to trauma, because when they initially anchor the specific words and phrases that they know they're going to continually repeat along your routes through the community-based harassment, when you originally first start hearing them, you're being traumatized in some way, like during a rape or a torture episode. And then the phonetics of these words become auditorily attached to disassociated states, traumatic brain injury states. Therefore, when they're repeated, that entrained auditory entrained pathway will stimulate your brain back into those states. And if you do enough investigation into the sensitization method of gang stalking, you're going to discover that always when they try to create a new thing for you to be sensitized to, it will usually be created during a trauma or something that's psychologically intimidating. Okay, absolutely. So here's the ultrasound app. So look at this. Just click on it, bring it up, watch what you're going to read out. This app doesn't need your phone to be in service contract for it to work. Look at it read out. Look at that shit. An ultrasound is shown in that book I just showed you. It's one of the main carriers for remote neuromonitoring. And those islands implant are widely reported to be interfacing with what? Remote neuromonitoring. Everything I see travels on the ultrasound wave and it's used for visual entrainment and auditory entrainment. I ever get a hold of these fucking vile whores, they better pray I don't. No joke. I'll legally target them for the rest of their little demonic lies. That's no exaggeration. I'm not messing around anymore. I got targeted at Phil's to the right and left breast so bad in the last 10 days, I literally felt like I was going to pass out. I ain't going back to Phil's no more. They can kiss my ass. And that's the reason why they did it, too. They don't want you to have nowhere to go to charge your shit because they want to be able to control your schedule. They want you running all over town looking for ways to charge your chargers for your phone. I'm not able to charge any more of my chargers through my solar panels. How's that happening? Well, every time I set up my solar panels, guess what's going by? Airplanes and helicopters. Airplanes and helicopters are one of the main reported vehicles that transport what? Direct energy weapons. So are they zapping your electronics to take the charge out of them? I ain't stupid. I took electrical engineering in school. Okay? I got 3 solar panels that got laser directed energy weapon holes in them. Okay? I hid them away because they no longer worked. 3 of them got directed energy weapon laser holes in them. They were attacked in order so that they wouldn't work anymore. Look at this. This is neurologically permanently damaging. Ultrasound's going through my brain non-stop every day, and there's an extreme likelihood that ultrasound might also be interfacing with the organs when they target you. I already know that's why they reported that they're using directed energy weapons against your organs, but I've also seen a few posts where ultrasound is also being used to target your organs, and you would not believe what they've been doing to my abdomen lately. My abdomens, my kidney, my chest. Look at this. You're seeing this live in real time at this fucking area. And if this phone, see, this phone ain't in service contract no more thanks to Best Buy. They fucked it up on July 4th. Okay? Absolutely. So, do you really believe that it's natural for ultrasound to be at a wooded area? I can bring up this app in Phil's, outside of Phil's, on bus stops, bus routes, and you better believe I'm going to be bringing it up inside the courthouse and outside the courthouse. It's going to show readouts. I brought this app up as I'm walking down the fucking street, and it's picking it up. Strongly suggesting a fucking radio telemetry ear implant. Cochlear ear implants, the type you see here, right here. Look at this. The type of cochlear ear implant that you see right here, okay, which the ear implant is what processes the trigger words, okay, runs by and through what? Radio telemetry Wi-Fi. Which means that they can bounce their signal off of any cell phone tower, one tower. They can prop up emitters and antennas around you at wooded areas. Why do I hear electronic transmission sounds in the environment at night? And during the day, I hear it now. Absolutely. Which is the same sound other victims have caught on their tape recorders and acoustic sound software apps on their computers that got recording capabilities. Okay, look at that. Okay, you notice trigger words, and then trigger words are down here to be connected to what? Implants are activated. The trigger words induce emotions. Because it's a clever way to make you feel harassed, but it's also connected to the ultrasound. I ain't got time to go into all that right now. Okay, so this used to be on www.UnitedTargetIndividualsEurope.com's website. They took it down and replaced it with another one, but some of the text is still there, and you can research what you see. In fact, let me take a snap screenshot of this, and I'm gonna zoom in on it. Bear with me a second. Okay, so I just took a snap screenshot of it, and now I'm going to go into the gallery, hold on, and zoom in on it, alright? And remember, what's this friggin' surgery scar doing on the back of my head? Just discovered in a video this month, on the 9th of July. What's it doing in the back of my head? What the fuck is it doing there? I want to know what the hell it's doing there, and who's responsible for it. I am not messing around anymore. Oh, by the way, here's my eyes when I shine a black UV light on them. See them? Okay? It's the same thing exposed in this book. Because this book exposes them. Absolutely. There it is. Okay? I made a video on July 13th. Okay? I got out my black UV light I bought through Amazon. Okay? It was at night. I had to wait until it got night out. Okay, shut up my tent. Shine the black UV light on. There we go. That's how the Islands implants look when you shine a black UV light on. They show up purple. And this one right here, because they were literally hitting me with electromagnetic weapons as I was making the video, it caused some of the smart light crystal threads that hold them in place to light up. Okay? And they are attached to the edge of the eyelid. That's what holds them in place. And this is not the only time these have been caught. These right here, these are smart light crystal threads that hold them in place and are connected to the electrophysiological system of the eye itself. It's how the energy is energizing the embedded light crystals that are on the biofilm islands implants. It's how they get their energy so the eyes can be then treated like a video camera. Just like you put in batteries in a video camera. Okay, when you blink, that creates an electrophysiological signal output. That signal output has got a frequency. That frequency charge is then sent to the embedded light crystals, and that's how it lights them up. And that's how it enables them to act as video cameras. Look at that shit. They're literally sewn into my eyes. Now, are you going to tell me you wouldn't be pissed if this happened to you? Look at that. And then there appears to be a second one on the biofilm that might be interfacing with something in the iris. Because I've literally caught a blue light coming out of the iris itself on many of these dates when I've taken these types of videos with and without the black UV light. Look at that. They did this to me on a daily basis. I ever get a hold of these sick photonic whores who did this to me. God help them. God help them. No exaggeration. Here's another picture of when I got partially targeted. God help them. No joke. I'm not messing around anymore. I'm done with these sick violent animals. So, hold on one second. This is an asshole right here that they got to attack my bike on, I think it was, I forgot what day it was. I think it was July 10th, yeah. July 10th, at the bus stop right off of Villa Hoy Square Drive. And he's wearing color coding up the Wadzooks, and ever since he's been used, they've been propping up people on my route to wear very similar colors. Color coding in gang stalking is directly connected to how the retina processes colors and certain light settings for the sake of these Islands implants, and then the colors travel along the ultrasound wave, and that's how they're able to then see through your eyes. The visual imagery transfers on the ultrasound wave, okay, and they gotta prop up certain colors so they can see how your brain is processing these colors in the light setting that you're at. And if you got a implant put in the visual processing area of the back of the head, which is your occipital lobe, dedicated for visual processing, that's assisting in it. Why do you think I got a surgery scar on the back of my head? Discovered it on a video made on July 9th. That's in my blog. Okay? I gotta let you go or I'll just keep talking. So, my fellow American citizens, I don't know what better way to prove to you. This is the book. Let me go in the back of it and show you again. Another woman, as they're shining the black UV light on her that's got them, and it looks almost identical to a T. And this doctor exposes it in her online podcast. And when you got these biofilm like crystal ocular islands implants in you and you shine a black UV light on them, there you go. Oh. She calls it the Eye of Horus effect. I don't know why, because I haven't read this book enough to know. Okay. Dr. Hildegard Sanger is a beautiful person. I really like her. Really, she's helped a lot of gang stalking victims. I wish I can get in contact with her. Oh, absolutely. So, I wanted to let you know, my fellow American citizens, oh, look at this. Okay? Sony patent. Contact lenses takes pictures and recording videos when you blink. Okay, and I want you to all know another thing. I have absolutely been gaslighted by demonic bitches that are propped up within the area inside the gated part of that condo across the fucking street. I also experienced color coding in a uniform, pre-positioned way through cars that are parked along those same condos, because those condos run all the way up and down the street. Okay? Well, when I get up the street and start walking towards a specific area where certain condos are at, they got color-coded cars parked right behind each other, going all the way down the fucking street. I've been gaslighted by people standing and in parked cars within the gated area of fucking across the street. And wait do you see? Just wait until I start exposing shit I know concerning neighbors' homes. I ain't messing around anymore. I'm done with these sick fucks. Alright, I gotta let you go or I'll just keep talking. Today's date is July 31st, 2022. So these will be hidden from now on. The only time they will be used is when I go to move. Short moves and big moves. Now, I carry some solar panels in those. Well, I have not been able to charge any of my chargers through my solar panels in over a week. I set them out early in the morning. I'm able to charge these. But the solar panels that you got to put a USB cord in and then plug the USB cord into a charger, they haven't charged in over a week. And there ain't a damn thing wrong with them. Okay? So why is that? Every time I set those out, planes are constantly going by. Okay? Alright? Like on many dates, I'll set them out. And let me show you one of the type of chargers I got. See this little charger here? When it's plugged in, let me see something here. When it's plugged in and to my solar panel, which is then plugged into a USB cord, and then you plug the other end of the USB cord into the charger. Now, when this one, when let's just use the wording in a specific way here. When I got it plugged in and set out in the sun, I watch these things charge with no problem whatsoever. So I get up and I check them. And the charger is showing 3 lights of power. It's very similar to what you see here on this one. Right? Now, so this is a solar charger itself. This one has got to be plugged into a solar panel. So then I get up after the charger's been plugged into the solar panel for 4 hours. I get up and it's approaching 4 lights. The 3rd light is fully charged. The 4th one's charging. I leave it out to continue to let it charge. I get back up and it's fucking drained. In the midst of this, planes are going by. That's happened on at least 75 dates. Okay? At many different wooded areas. Okay? So it's gotten to the point now to where none of my chargers are charging when I plug them into my solar panels. And on the days that I do, what's going by all day long? Planes and helicopters. Planes and helicopters are 2 of the biggest identified aerial vehicles being used to what? Deliver what? Laser direct energy weapons. And you can zap a charger so that the energy is zapped out of it. It's just like putting the wrong amount of current in a light bulb and it's going to zap it's just zapping the energy out of it, just like a battery can overload. Okay? Same concept. Okay? Do you have any idea how many times planes and helicopters have went above, and right when they're going above, I experience what? Am I experiencing direct energy weapons attacks to the right and left lower cranium, which is dedicated to what? Visual processing. If the energy then is being absorbed in that part of the head, it would then go to, if there's an implant there, it would then energize the implant and activate it. And calcium deposits are mentioned all throughout this book to form around implants, and Mercy Hospital on 2 separate visits through a CAT scan have identified calcium deposits and being in a exact uniform position on both sides of the right and left occipital lobe, which is the area dedicated for visual processing. The areas that I'm being hit at in that area are right where those calcium deposits are at, okay? And it's dedicated to visual processing. Because think about what I'm saying. If a calcium deposit is there just because of old age, why would you be feeling heat and current going through it? Okay? Okay? And then when you get hit with it really bad, your head starts to feel, you start getting a headache, and the boil bumps and boil sheets will even start appearing on my eyes, including when I experienced the attacks to the right and left temple. The right and left temple is dedicated to what? Memories and auditorial. And when you research remote neural monitoring and memory mapping and memory stimulation, and then maybe you can even go to Google and type in what? Voice to skull. And by the way, ultrasound is a reported conduit for what? Voice to skull. Okay, I gotta let you go or I'll just keep talking. So, research what I stated. So, these are going to be taken off. As soon as I get done making this video, I'm going to go rotate my solar chargers. I might put a couple of my solar panels out just for the sake of doing it. And then I'm going to go over and I'm going to get my other bag. And then I'm going to take everything out of this one and put it in that one. Okay? And then I'm going to hide these, either tonight or in the morning. And we're going to see if these fucking things disappear. Because these sick whores know that through at least the islands implants that they're being hid. They're going to be able to see that they're not being carried with me when I go out and about the community. Because they prop up, it's reported they prop up observers through the community-based harassment to assist in the tracking of you and observations of maybe anything you're doing. This whole crime feeds off of covert information extraction. Oh, absolutely. Oh, I mean, how do you think they're tracking you from place to place? Okay, through many different means, including reported remote neural monitoring. So I'm going to hide these, and if these fucking disappear, I'm predicting it right fucking now. Okay? And I'll be carrying the other one. So I'm going to let you go. Research what I state. Research this book. Get this book. And then when you get the book, research what's in the book extensively through Google and YouTube. Your mind's going to be blown. You will never see this world again the same way. Think about how you would feel if you discovered an implant in the middle of your fucking brain. Put there by raping whores. Have a good day, everybody.